Good morning, everyone. This is Ida with Created to Create. Welcome back to my channel. I finally finished my album. I'm not going to call it a mini album because it's not really mini. So, anyway, I've mentioned before that I had created an embellishment book for Miss Ramona, who is Cherish Treasures here on YouTube, and it got lost in the mail. And I felt really bad about it. So I decided to go ahead and create another one. But I changed it from an embellishment album to an album where she could keep memories, because I know that she's, has gone through a little tough times, and maybe this will give her something to focus on, especially with, this worldwide thing that we're going through. So I figured that, maybe this would lift her spirits up some. And, and I felt really bad that she didn't get the other. Anyway, but this morning I decided to sit down and finish it. So this is what I created for her. The paper line that I used is a Christmas cherub one that I bought last year on Etsy, digital paper. And then I used Carolyn, my friend Carolyn, Tea Time and Dolls here on YouTube, created a new paper line called Victorian. I think it's Victorian Lace Tea Party. I'm not sure, but I'll link it in the description box. I think that's what it is. And she had gifted it to me, and I hadn't had a chance to play with it. But as I was recreating this album again, I she had sent me some sheets, and I was cleaning up, and I found them. So I thought they went very well with the Cherub paper line. So I combined both of those digital papers for my album. So this is what the front cover looks like. I had bought this lace with the gold and the blue um, a while. It's like on netting. So it's not appliques really. It's like a netting fabric with embroidered flowers in the gold and the pale blue. So I decided to use this on the sides and, let it overlap in the front a little bit. Underneath here, this lacy paper is Carolyn's paper that she designed. And this lock right here is, I want to say that Carolyn gifted this to me. I'm not too sure, because she gifted me a bunch of things when my swap that I did with her in the beginning of our friendship. And she gave me a bunch of stuff. So this might be one of those locks that she gifted me. And my way of putting this on, I usually add glue and let it set. And then I'll put in the brads and everything. That way nothing moves on me. And I had ordered these little cherub. Let me bring you in some. These little cherub charms from AliExpress, and they took a long time to come in, and they finally did come in. So I hung one here. And the reason I did this, because even with this latch, these tend to come open if they don't have some kind of closure that's a little snug. But this little bar on this lock has a hole where you're supposed to stick a little bar to lock it. So I used one of these clasps here, and I extended a little chain, and then I had this little angel charm that I adhered to the cover, so it dangles from the charm to lock the little gatefold on the album. And then I added just a bunch of little beads that I had. And this cherub angel right here also came from AliExpress, and it has the cherub, and it's got a wing. And so I ordered all these at the same time. And then it's got a little handmade with love. And I think Carolyn gifted me this one as well. I have some of my own, but I think I have silver. So that's what I did here. And this is a die cut that I use, a die that I use all the time. And I think it was from Cuttlebug, and I got it years ago, so I can't even begin to tell you what the name is. And I split it down the middle, and I added this blue one. I split it down the middle, and I added half here and half to the other side. So that's what I did with my gatefold. This is one of the cherubs from the paper line, and I added triple thick to it, and then I added the glass glitter to it. So, it had to be transparent so you could see the image. So that's what I did there. Then I added, here's another little tag that was from the Cherub paper line. I added a couple of roses, and this is one of those Fulmeran flowers that I made last year or something. And I happen to have a blue one, so I added it here, and some little feathers right here. This little piece of pink pine, sparkly pine needle was gifted to me by Jackie. She's well, her name's Jacqueline. She's Metalark001 here on YouTube, and she avocado dyed these, and I hadn't used them, and I thought this was a great, because they turn out like a blush pink, and I felt it was perfect for this. So I'm gonna turn it to the side, and that way you can see the lace. Look at how pretty the lace is. I'm gonna move you up now because I know that's very close. So this is the side of where that lace, and I just kind of cut the netting off wherever the netting was, and just left mostly where the flowers, and it did come with these little bling pieces and the pearls that was already on the fabric that I bought. And then here is the back. I kept it pretty simple. This is part of the Cherub paper, so I added it here because it is a Christmas album. And then here is the other side, so I added the fabric on both sides. The pieces are pretty similar, so they look about the same. So there's the front, and it's pretty thick. I think this album measures an 8.5 by an 8.5, but it's really, really thick. I think it has a 4-inch spine, if I'm not mistaken. But she's got plenty of room here, to add pictures. It's pretty roomy. So that's one of the things that I wanted to make sure that she had room to add, quite a bit to it. So I'm going to open it up, and all I have to do is just open the clasp here, and the little bar comes off, and then this just latch opens up. And usually what I'll do, so it won't dangle, I'll just hang it back on there and leave it there. So I'm going to share with you this little piece that I did here. When you do a gatefold album, it tends to kind of want to open no matter what kind of latch you have. So I added this extra strip here to give it something to hold on to, and it does have magnets there kind of to keep it closed. That was my purpose in doing that, and it worked pretty well. So let me open up and share with you the first page. I hope that you can see it all. Whoops. Here's the first page that I did. Again, all this lacy paper is Carolyn's paper, and then this is the Cherub paper. And this bow was gifted in one of the swaps last year, and I loved it, and it was already pre-done. I didn't have to do anything to it. So again, I used the blush paper here, Carolyn's paper over here, and I made a gusseted pocket. Now, what I did do to the sides on the gusset on this pocket, I added the tie back. That way, even if you open and close it, it's not going to tear, because in the hinges, it has, where it's accordion, it has the tie back. So, and I added a snap to this that's pretty strong. And right here I cut with an edge die, and it kind of left these tabs here, and I kind of like the way that looks, so I left it. I added a bling to the center of this bow, and I'm really going to hold it down because this magnet is so strong that I added here. And this is something you would use like on if you make coin purses or handbags, that's what that is. And here is the gusseted pocket, and these Cherub, this paper line is Carolyn's paper line. And what I added in here was a blue pen, and these are glitter pens, because that way if she wants to write something, I wanted to make sure it would stand out, and that it was pretty, that it would match. So that's what I added there. And this, I added some little, those little bells I picked up last year on AliExpress. They're very pale pink, and this is just a waterfall type of thing, for photos. And what I did was I cut a bigger piece here, and then the rest of the cherub, I cut them in little strips and added them to the bottom of each of these sections. That way it kind of looked like a shutter type of thing. And these just open up, and I left them blank because the more you put in it, of course, the thicker it gets. So I felt I would rather she fill it up with her pictures instead of Instead of me adding paper and all of that to it, I felt like it was better left alone. And I did add one of these closures right here. I hope you can see it. And all I did, and I attached a little very thin pink ribbon here, and this just wraps around this little circle there, and that's how you keep that closed. Now they all of the pages have photo mats inside. I wish I had done, if I would do anything different, I would have done them on top instead of in the opening. And I'll tell you why when I get to it, if I don't forget, because I tend to forget. So this has a blush pink, just like the top that's on this side, photo mat in there. And I didn't add any layering to it because the more paper you add, the harder it is for them to slide in and out of the pocket. So I felt like it was better left alone, and then let her add her pictures to it. Let me move it this way. Right here is the first page. Look at the beautiful paper right here. This is Carolyn's paper. The only thing is that this paper was a tea theme paper, so I kind of had to cover up some of the things. Like right here, it had something that really didn't pertain to this Christmas paper, so I added just a butterfly here with the little glitters and everything. Somebody gifted these to me, I believe, in one of the swaps, so this was the perfect place to use it because it's a blush pink. And right here, this is the mat. This section right here is the photo mat. So a lot of times it's hard for us to pull in and out the mat. Well, this one will be very easy to pull out because it just slides out. And the flap overlaps on this side, and it looks like it's part of this page design. So in here, all I did was, there's a pocket right here. Let's see. Let me grab something. There is a pocket right here. So this is a pocket. Then I stamped here in the blue for, I love that blue, for journaling. And then I left a little tuck spot right here with this little envelope. And then I added the little sentiments that were in the Christmas paper line. But here again, this is a pocket where she can tuck photos or just, different memories that you want to put in there. And then on this side, things are falling, guys, and I've been cleaning my room, believe it or not. On this side, again, I kept it very simple. The flap here is the photo mat that slides out. It just slides out and you can slide it back in. Very easy to get in and out. Again, I had to cover what was here because it was tea themed, but this is Carolyn's. Look at how well the two papers work together. Now right here, I did a larger photo mat or section where she could add larger photos, and I only put paper on the front cover because that way she can use all the real estate that's on this paper to add photos. And I trimmed it with pearls down here and a little piece of lace. This seam binding I dyed with the ink pad that I used to stamp on the other side that I just shared with you, and it's by Tim Holtz. I will link what I can in the description box, guys. And it is this one right here, Stormy Sky. That's the one that I used to dye the seam binding and to stamp on my book, on the book. And here, all you do is, and you know what else I did? If you can tell this is sparkly, I sprayed some of that glimmer mist that was just a sparkle or a shine after I had dyed it, and I just let it dry, but it does tend to get a little bit on your hands. So that's all I did here. And this opens up, and you won't be able to see this on camera. This is just the front, but I can flip it and you can add two pictures here. Then I can flip it again and two more pictures there again. And then on the back side, you can add more pictures. So she's got plenty of room for larger pictures right here. And like I said, I didn't add any more stuff to it because by the time she adds pictures, this is going to get pretty full. And I wanted her to have plenty of room to add her own things to there and not me filling it up with what I like. And the seam binding, I left it plenty long, so if it gets a little bulky, she still has plenty of ribbon to tie it, and that's what keeps it closed. On this side, let me slide it over. On this side, I kept it really simple. I added two mats here that you can do like 4x6 pictures. You will have to cut them down a little bit, but not too much. And I added some photo corners in the foil gold and on the two mats. And here under the mats is actually a pocket that has tags that come out right here. And these here are the tags that I created. Again, here's that blue seam binding. Here's one of those poinsettias I created for the other book that I had made for her. And then there's a little rose that I picked up. I think it's ANS. I just mentioned her in the collaboration I just did with Tamika. I got those from her shop. They're beautiful. It's AJ&C, I think, supplies. And these just slide right into this pocket. And here is the other one. The other one comes out as well. And the tag that I used for this, the tag die, is the Graphic 45, the long tag, but I did have to cut it down some. So that's what I did there. On this page right here, I kept it really simple. I embossed this blush pink with a rose folder, and then I added some gold leafing to it. I added one of the images in the front, and this tab right here is a die from, I believe it's Sizzix, or is it Spellbinders? It's the tab die, and it comes with different ones, so that's what I used here. Again, I will link it in the description box, the photo corners, whatever I can, I will link. And this just opens up, and this, I believe, is a little tuck spot to put in a larger photo, or she could just glue it down and then add a little note or something in there for journaling as well. I do have to make a couple of tags. This, I kept it really simple. I don't know if you can see it. I really don't want to bend it, but it's embossed. It is embossed there. And hold on one second. One second. My phone was getting noisy. Or she could do like smaller mats here, and then you could put a picture in the back of this piece right there. And it does have a magnet. It closes right there, and it has a photo mat. Here is the photo mat. Again, I think this is the only one I matted, and you can see that it took me a little bit to pull it out because the more you add to it, the thicker it gets. So I added, oh, I'm sorry, one of the tabs here that came in this same tag die. This is actually a real good one to have because it has different tags. I'm not sure if it's still available, but if I can find it, I'll link it. And then here's Carolyn's paper, and then it's just blush in the back. And this paper is like super thick. So I wanted to make sure it wasn't flimsy, but if I kept adding paper, by the time she added her picture, she wasn't going to be able to get these out. So I changed my mind and decided not to add any paper to them. Here is the other page. On this one, I created a, the cover is bulky. I created a shaker right here. And it's this Merry and Bright came from one of the embellishment boxes from a couple last year or the year before, and I remembered that I had it, so I added it there. I added one of the images here. On the background is Carolyn's paper, and I love this. And it's, again, here's one of those little tabs from the same tab die that I was talking about, and you'll see the sequence right there. How pretty is that? So that's what I did there. I added a little strip of a blue frame because I had framed it in gold, but I felt like it was overpowering. So I wanted to tone it down a little bit, and I added a blue trim right around it. But I love the way this came out. And then these are all photo mats that already have the, this is just like a template for the photos. The other ones don't have it, but it already has the tabs for all the photos. So she can add photos here. All of these, and then I left this blank right here. I had to camouflage the magnet because it was an afterthought, so I added this here that says angel right here where the cherub is, but she could definitely add photos there. So that's that page. On the next page right here, I kept it really simple. I just did a belly band with a tag punch that I have, and I added the cherubs right here. I added a little piece of sage green ribbon to close it in. And of course you could add bigger things here, bigger pictures or documents, and just you tighten it with that. And that's all I did here, is just a belly band to hold in papers or photos. Again, here is the mat to this one. I kept this one just in the blush, and it's easier to put in and out because I didn't mat it. And then here, let me slide it over. I keep having to slide. Right here, I added a little, again, this is Carolyn's paper, all of this. I added a doily here that was gifted by my friend Jacqueline. And then I tucked in one of the little angels from the Cherub Christmas paper. And it's a little tuck spot right here. But this is also a pocket. So you're able to put images, pictures on here, and tuck things in the pocket. So here's the pocket. It does have a pocket for photos or documents. Here is the next page. And this one again, I tried not to do too much, but it is a little bulky. I added one of those poinsettias that I created for the first go around on this Happy Mail. I added another piece. I cut the first doily in half, so I added another piece here, and this is on chipboard to give it a little bit of dimension. It kind of looks like a postcard. This was in the paper. It was longer because it's for journaling. I just kind of snipped it off and added a flower there at the corner. This one closes with magnets as well, and it opens to the top and to the bottom. And I don't know if you can see, but in the bottom it has a pocket because, and I still need to do more photo mats. I wanted to include photo mats that she could put here, maybe this, like this, and maybe a 4x6 or 4 of these, or whatever she wants to do. But I did include a couple of the mats already with the holder for them. And that way they just tuck right into the pocket down here. And of course she could add photos here as well if she wanted to. But that is that page. Let's flip this over. Move some things. This is one of my favorite pages right here. And on this one, I enlarged the cherubs that I used on the tags, and I mounted him on a very firm acetate, and I love that technique because I know it's not going to rip. Right here I did 4 photo spots, and I embossed them with the 3D embossing folder that my friend Sabrina gifted me. Sabrina is the S Factor Studio, for those of you that don't know. So that's what her YouTube channel name is, and she had gifted me this during like this past month, and I love it. Anyway, to open these little windows up, this cherub, you would pull him up, slide him up to open these 2 photo mats, and you could add 4 pictures, 2 here and 2 here, and then he slides down. Let me slide him down. I didn't leave it too loose because I wanted to make sure that he didn't come out. So then you can add 2 here. So you open these by sliding the cherub up and down, and when you leave him in the center, then he keeps all these little windows closed. I love it. And I did add glass glitter and stickles to him. And then here is another page. This is a very simple page. There's no dimension here, no tricks, no nothing. This is just for you to just tuck. It has little tuck spots right here to add a photo to them, and that's all it is, or whatever she wants to tuck in there. I hope that she likes it. Ramona, I hope that you like it. I did work quite a bit on this, so I hope that you like it, and I hope that you like blue. Blue's my favorite color, so that's what I did. On this one, I added another piece of the Cherub Christmas paper. I love this page. And then I just made it like a little, just a little booklet for journaling. You could definitely add photos here. I would not cover this up, but you can if you want to. And then there's a little secret hideaway there's a little secret spot right under here. So this is open where you could add something else in there. And then I added two little small frames right here with the photo corners for smaller photos. And we're almost to the back, guys. We're almost to the end. Bear with me. Right here is the back to the album. All I did was added Carolyn's paper. Look at this beautiful paper. Right here, I added a cherub up here. I added, because this is a Christmas paper, I did add a ornament, and you can't see it very well, but the paper behind here is the cherub one, and it's got the face of a cherub right here, like if he's looking down at the wilderness, seeing what the deer is doing. So that's what I did there. I added a little bow here, and again, this is a pocket. And I'm going to probably add photo mats in here, but that's a pocket. And then right here, let me move it. This is the very last part of it. Right here, this is you could say this is the sides, the 4-inch sides. We have one on either end. On this one, I added these pockets. These were designed by Nicole Silhouette. I love these. So I added 3 right here, and all these come out. Now, this one is a short pocket because it's glued down. The second one, I glued it right underneath there as well, so it's a short pocket as well. The last one will go all the way down to here, so I can actually add a taller picture or a longer picture in there in the last pocket, because I didn't seal it right here so the picture would stop, because I wanted it, if you were going to put a journaling spot or a longer tag or something in there, that you would be able to do that and it wouldn't stick all the way up. And then let me close this up. Then right here is the other front side, and I just tucked in some of the little papers from the design, from the Christmas cherub papers that she could use to embellish her photos or whatever. But this is a little pocket that came with the paper as well. And then when you close it up, see, this is the side spine. So you close it up again. I would open this up, just slide it out, latch it on, and then just attach that back on there. So this is what I created. I hope that you like it, Ramona. I did do a lot of work on it. So, and like I said, I hope that you like blue, because I love the color blue. And so I put what I love in this photo album. Thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone is having a great day. And I hope that this inspires you to, especially right now that we're on lockdown, to just, shop in your craft room and use what you have. This is a great opportunity to use what you already have. Thank you so much. I hope everyone is having a great day, and stay safe. Bye.